Am I the a-hole for telling my sister's boyfriend that she's been lying about her pregnancy and subsequently blowing up their relationship? So this is a doozy. We'll keep details vague in case anyone recognizes us. So my older sister has severe issues, including some kind of undiagnosed psychosis and borderline personality disorder. Last year she started dating this really great guy that she met in her church group. He sort of knew about her issues but not completely. She was really good for a long time. Then it fell apart a few months ago when they had some kind of massive fight over something, and in an attempt to win the fight she told him she's pregnant. She's not. She confessed to me and our mom about it because she was scared that if she told him she actually lied in the heat of the moment he'd leave her. So she told my mom that she was gonna wait a few weeks then tell him she miscarried. I was really upset and told her this is messed up of her to lie like this, but both she and my mom agreed this was the only way to keep this guy around. Well, it had been more than a few weeks, but she hasn't said anything to him. She was still pretending to be pregnant, and she said it's getting harder to lie to him because he keeps trying to go with her to her doctor's appointments. And during this time I suffered a lot of anxiety having to be in on this secret with both of them. So this is where I could be the a-hole. Last weekend my boyfriend and I were out shopping when we bumped into this guy in a parking lot. I had been avoiding him since this whole thing started because it made me sick to think about being dragged into it. He was really eager to chat with us, and after a while I couldn't help it and it all just came out. My BF was trying to calm me down, but I literally sobbed and spilled everything, and honestly it felt so much better just saying it out loud to anybody. Long story short, I hear from my mom that he and my sister are obviously not doing well, fighting all day, and she is no longer talking to me. My mom is so mad at me, she said she can't even look at me anymore. I feel immense guilt, but also relief for no longer having to carry this secret, but now I think my family will blame me for my sister's unhappiness forever. My mom still believes if we went along with my sister's plan they would still be together. My sister also told me she was apparently about to tell him about the miscarriage that afternoon, and that I ruined everything by blabbing. I don't know if she's telling the truth, but my parents certainly believe her. Yeah, this sucks and I'm sorry, OP, but you are not the a-hole. Yeah, your sister is mentally ill and needs medical help, but you're not the asshole for refusing to go along with plans the mentally ill person made that were going to hurt innocent people, just because your refusal hurt the mentally ill person. Imagine if your sister were an alcoholic and actively drunk and said, "I'm fine, I'm driving home," and you took away her keys and the next day your mom was like you really hurt her feelings by not letting her drive drunk. You've ruined everything. Now everyone knows she drinks. If you'd just let her drive drunk, everything would be fine. Like, yeah, your sister is upset. And yeah, she's making decisions in the throes of her illness that she's maybe not 100% responsible for because she's not rational. But that doesn't create a moral obligation for you to support her bad decisions, and you are definitely not the asshole for protecting innocent people from her bad decisions. And I hope you can see from the DUI analogy, your mom is 100% an enabler and not doing your sister any favors. But I understand you feel rotten, and the reason you feel rotten is that this whole situation is rotten, and you don't have the power to do anything about it because your sister is an adult refusing treatment and other adults in your family are enabling her. There's no good action you could have taken here because the situation is so bad. But you definitely made the most moral and compassionate choice available to you in a universe of bad choices that were all definitely going to hurt someone. You didn't create this bad universe. You are not morally responsible for the hurt caused by it. Not the a-hole at all. You didn't seek him out to tell him. You just weren't willing to keep up a horrible lie. Lying about pregnancy is one of the most manipulative things you can do to try to keep someone. Your sister needs serious help. So does your mother. She should not be encouraging this kind of behavior while acting like you're the one in the wrong. I hope you and this poor guy are okay. Sounds like it's been a rough time for both of you. My sister has always been treated with kid gloves because she's so unstable, so believe it or not, lying about pregnancy is actually pretty light on the list of terrible things she's done. My mom's attitude has been to get my sister married off as soon as possible, so she's some other guy's problem. My sister weirdly wants this as well. So they now think I'm the one that scared her boyfriend away because I didn't give my sister a chance to frame her lies well. You didn't scare her boyfriend away, your sister did. Her own lie is what got her in this situation. You just helped the poor guy see it, and he deserves to know the truth. What she did was manipulative and emotionally abusive. She needs to be held accountable for her actions. She needs a ton of help if she believes lying about a pregnancy is the solution to keeping a guy around. Absolutely disgusting actions. I'm very glad you let this guy know. Imagine him, years down the line, after mourning the loss of his imaginary child and going through this, finds out it was all fake. Your sister was not going to tell him anything close to the truth. Her coming clean would most likely be filled with more lies to make her out to be a better person than she is. I'm genuinely disgusted by your sister's actions, and I hope this is the wake-up call her boyfriend needs to jump ship. I cannot imagine any way this relationship is healthy. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. What your sister and mother are doing is genuinely awful, and no way to keep a healthy relationship. You did the right thing, encouraging her to tell the boyf, as it is best he hears from her. But given she was going to lie, you've saved a person from a horrendous relationship. It's understandable that your sister and mother are annoyed, but remember they do not have a right to be, and you made a good decision. Hope the world okay for you. To be honest, it didn't even feel like a conscious decision. When I saw him come up to us, it felt like I was having some kind of slow emo panic attack. Like my tongue went numb and my teeth felt like they were vibrating. And before I knew it I was crying, and he asked me something like what's wrong, or what's up, and I just broke down, and word vomited everywhere. I wish I held it together better or even told him everything in a calmer way. At the end of the day he's the one dealing with a loss and I feel bad he had to hear it the way he did from me. He did text me a few days ago to ask me how I've been, and I haven't been able to text anything back. It just really hurts being frozen out by my mom and C's, even though I know they're toxic and completely in the wrong. Not the a-hole. Your mother and sister are controlling and manipulative and are ganging up on you. You were in a difficult position with that secret, but confessing it when having to deal with the boyfriend directly isn't a-hole behavior. It's remorse for not having been honest sooner. Your sister clearly cares less about you and her boyfriend than she does about herself. All she wants is to keep her man around, regardless of his feelings. Does she not realize what her boyfriend must be going through? He might be terrified at the thoughts of being a dad and feeling obligated to stay with her. Or he might be ecstatic, but then destroyed at the thought of miscarriage. She's emotionally abusing him here, and it's not right. Finally, her excuse that she was going to tell him that afternoon is BS. She didn't have any intention of telling him. She wanted to drag this out as long as possible, and she's making out like this is your problem. You've saved this guy from potential years of hardship. Thank you. If her sister has BPD, she probably isn't capable of that level of empathy or abstract thought. Her fear of abandonment, black and white thinking, lack of self, and pure emotional immaturity make it difficult, if not impossible, for her to understand what she is doing to him. All that matters is that he doesn't leave her. It is still abusive and manipulative, but to her it doesn't seem like it, because all she feels is fear, and she is manipulating everything around her to avoid and/or match her internal feelings. That is why BPD has such a negative stigma, and why it is such a tough mental illness. If someone has untreated BPD, run, don't walk. to your nearest exit, because a healthy relationship is impossible, no matter what you do. Hi OP. I'm not even going to read the rest of the comments because, well, you'll see in a second. First off, you are not the a-hole. I have borderline personality disorder, BPD. I also have bipolar disorder that gives a dash of paranoia, to keep things interesting, haha. One of the key traits of BPD is a fear of abandonment. It really seems like your sister is experiencing that. I know that fear. I can feel it, and as I was reading, everything she did made perfect sense to me as to why she did it. She got into an argument and made a bad decision to keep her partner around. I'm pregnant, and then continued that bad decision out of fear. Her bad choices will probably end up with her losing her relationship entirely, which is the sad part, and she will likely tally it in her history as times people have abandoned her. She had other options, but BPD doesn't let you see shades of grey. I hope she's getting therapy, but the way you wrote this was not shaming or stigmatizing, and so it shows such incredible and intense love for her. You are so kind. I hope you're getting support and therapy or care for your anxiety too. Especially if it's bad enough that it can make you sick. You deserve some time to learn some coping strategies. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. See you all later.